day, got here, felt alright this morning, a little bit off, couldn't quite pick out what was wrong. First race, then I got a decent start. Alright, mid-pack, started pushing in the first few corners, and I just didn't feel myself. I couldn't really ride the lines, couldn't kind of clear the jumps a bit safer like that, so I wasn't sure what actually happened. But I just kept going, kept putting the laps in, just kept going forward as much as I could, and I think I ended up in 10th place, but I just realised when I came in I blew the shock out, so that was my problem from the start. So I was putting it down to myself, nah, it's just me, you're riding bad, come on, just clean yourself up a little bit. But unfortunately sometimes these things happen, and it's the way it goes, and I'm happy I was able to finish the race and just get some points.
Well, it's been a long winter, that's one thing for sure. With Stuart, we've spent a lot of time with him through the winter. You know, he spent a lot of time in Spain. His training program's improved massively, and I think we can see that in the first part of the season so far with Stuart. You know, he's had some really good results.
Luckily in the first one I had a half decent start, picked through, lost a couple of positions early on but got them back, and then settled into the race and kept pushing to the end and got a third, so happy enough. I mean, there is a couple of lines, but you've got to be careful. If you come off the line it's so deep, but the one line is getting fairly choppy, so you just have to use your head a bit, kind of go slow to go faster. I like Hawkstone, it gets physical and sorts them in from the boys a bit, so I do like Hawkstone.
Jamie, well, what can you say about Jamie? He's riding a two-stroke, so again, you know, just changing a few settings, jetting settings, bit of suspension work, this and that and the other, and again you can see in Jamie's results he's punching where we would expect him to be, and so is Stuart.
I was just saying to Dylan there, we're still learning with the two-stroke a little bit, you know. The 450 that I've been riding for the last few years, you never touch the thing, but this we're learning a bit more about jetting, you know, making improvements all the time, a bit of gearing, and I really think we're starting to come together a little bit, so happy days.
Yeah, I've loved the bike, it's an amazing bike. We're really happy, like we've done so much work this year. Carl Anderson has had the suspension absolutely top notch for me. Dylan and Anna, the bikes are amazing. Everything's come together really nice, and we've done a lot of testing as well, so I'm really happy with the bike. And just getting the finer tuned things. We just sorted out our starts. We've done a load of testing last week with starts, so my starts seem to be a little bit better, which is good, so hopefully I can just keep on improving on that and making sure that I'm up in the top 5 more often rather than coming through the back of the pack. I've probably had one of my strongest seasons yet to date coming into this season. Usually I spend half the season kind of picking my speed up, picking my fitness up, but because I spent all that money away in Spain, all that time in Spain, put everything I have into it just to make sure that I've got everything done, got a lot of riding, got a lot of training done. I'm in a much better place now, so for me to be where I'm at now, and I know I can improve even better again, so there's definitely more for me yet.
Matt's had a little bit of an injury with an ankle, so that's set him back a little bit, which is a bit annoying. And then we got young Jack Lindsay as well. You know, he's a little bit hit and miss. He's had some really good rides, and then, you know, one or two silly bits of mistakes and stuff. But, you know, Jack's where we were expecting him to be in his championship, and we'll see where the rest of the year brings for the team, to be honest. We just love the racing. I've been a racer myself in a previous life, and you know, we do it because we're passionate about the sport. We enjoy the social aspect of it all, and we like to give back as well to both championships that we're involved with, British and the MX Nationals. We just love it, really. It's just a great sport to be involved with.